Hey, it's Isabel from the Assisted Living Network, and I'm calling you out. Yes, you, big box owners. Here's my message to you. You suck. Well, at least 80% of you do. Ugh, don't get me on my soapbox. Let's dive in.
In the United States right now, there are 76 million baby boomers. The number one dilemma for these baby boomers? Housing. That dilemma can be your opportunity. Welcome to the Assisted Living Network podcast, where you can discover how just one residential assisted living home could secure your financial future forever.
Here's the thing. There are pros and cons to every business. And yes, there are some pros to being in a big box. Okay, I'll admit it. But 80% of them suck. They genuinely do. It's the 80-20 rule, and I'm here to call them out, baby. I'll go through the pros since they're much shorter than the cons. So yes, here's me swallowing my pride. Pay attention, okay? I'm sharing all the benefits of being in a big box facility. P.S. I'm talking like Brookdale, Sunrise, Atrium, those large commercial assisted living facilities. You know the ones with the long hallways, the impersonal staff where you're just a number and all they care about is the bottom line. Yeah, those ones. Okay, here we go. Listen up. Pros. Well, they have more activities options, more food options, a large campus, chandeliers, more beds available, and more social interaction. Okay, that's it. No, seriously though, from the thousands of horror stories I've heard from families who've put their loved ones into care homes and have had terrible experiences, those are the pros that we can all collectively agree on. They have a bigger budget since they're charging you an arm and a leg, and so they can afford incredible activities calendars within the facility. They can also afford to have a big food hall where you're usually not just offered one thing on the menu. Maybe you can choose between a sandwich, halibut, steak, a soup, or salad. And listen, options are always a good thing. Next, they have a large campus, and usually they have a lot more things on site. Sometimes they have physical therapy, PT on site, doctors on site, tennis or pickleball courts, or pools. And hey, that's pretty cool. And, it makes for a seamless experience for the seniors moving in. They basically never have to leave. They usually have more beds available, so you may not have to be on a waiting list to get into the facility depending on the demand in that market. They also have more seniors there in comparison to a residential assisted living home. So if you're a social butterfly who likes to connect with hundreds of others, you may thrive in this type of environment. I will say, for those who move into independent living, some of these communities, they're lit, okay? They are really fun and nice and offer a lot of great amenities. But when you need serious assisted living, this doesn't always make the most sense as a really good option for you. When it comes to the cons, well, how much time do you have, right? First and most important is the care. The care is less than subpar. They do not staff appropriately because the state or the country in general doesn't have a rule on how many seniors can be seen by one caregiver at a time. They get away with murder. No, literally. The staffing is obscene. There should be rules because there's not many times they report a staff to resident ratio, and that staff includes the chef, the lawn man, the nurse, the receptionist, the PT person, and the caregivers. So they may report a 10-to-1 staff to resident ratio, but when it's truly caregivers to staff, it's easily 30-to-1, and at night 50-to-1. Not cool. They usually cost a lot more money to move into, and on top of that, they trick you with added expenses. Starting, it may be $4,000 a month to move in, but when you get in, that first bill may be 2 times the price. They do this because they'll tack things on like, oh, well, your senior loved one needed more diapers, or they wanted to eat in their room, so we had to bring their food up here and clean the room after, so that costs more. Or they wanted 3 showers this week instead of the allotted 1. And then tick, 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 the cost of care doubles. And when you get that first bill, ay. It's also not personalized care. Many times the caregivers don't have time to get to know and love the residents. They're just bodies to them. They got their AirPods in and they're quickly moving from one room to the other, calling your loved one by the number of their room, not their name. Not showing them respect, not showing them dignity. This is not only sad, but it's also emotional abuse to drop your loved one off and just leave them there to rot with people who are lying about the rates, lying about the quality of care, and not giving the best of the best to your senior loved one. I hear story after story of the cruelties happening in these homes. And if you're not pissed off about the terrible care that seniors are getting in these facilities, then I don't know what pisses you off, because this isn't okay. We should all be upset. Of course, I'm sure it's the 80-20 rule. Some of the big boxes are great. I personally never heard of a good one, okay? I talked to daughter Judy's all day long, but overall, I'm sure that minimum 80% of these facilities are terrible and should be shut down. But hey, that's just me. If you're wondering, yeah, but what's the alternative? Good thing you found us. Phew, we're here to save the day. Disrupting the senior housing industry one care home at a time. We own and operate residential homes in single-family neighborhoods that provide 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 caregiver, not staff, to senior ratio. The seniors are called by their names, even their nicknames if they like. We're learning their stories and loving on them with the utmost respect and attention. It's not overwhelming. It's quality care at a fair cost. The best part, it's in a home. Not a home-like environment. It's a literal home. And if you want to find an RAL in your area, check out our RAL Home Locator. You can find it by going to ralhomelocator.com. Or if you want to join us on our mission to positively impact 10 million seniors by providing high-quality care for seniors in a residential home environment, then check out the RAL Academy. We've got tons of amazing resources for you. And that is a wrap on Season 1 of the Assisted Living Network. So don't forget, we'll be back for Season 2, but in the meantime, like and share this episode. Follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and thank you for an amazing Season 1. Thank you for listening to the Assisted Living Network. Until Season 2, I'll see you then.